Alright, hello everybody. Now today I am going... Oh wait, hold on, is this... It is recording, I haven't used this in a while. Today I'm going to be talking about the 2017 Netflix version of Death Note. There's an hour and 40-something minutes that I would like back. Now, if you plan on watching it, and I would strongly encourage you not to, but if you do, don't watch this video because there are spoilers, obviously. If you have watched it, and you did not enjoy it, I understand. Now, first, I would like to note that Light does not scream like a little wuss. Alright? He does not freak out like that. In the movie, he starts screaming and he starts pounding on the door, he hides behind a desk. Now, when he first met Ryuk in the anime, he screamed like, ah, surprise, and fell down. Okay? But he was expecting that. And Misa, or Mia. Misa, while also cute and happy girl, is an airhead who follows Light like a love-struck puppy. Now Mia is a vindictive psycho, in my opinion, who... How do I put this? I'm just gonna say she's just psycho, like I said before, and she had her own notebook. She wasn't desperately trying to get, and she wouldn't have been smart enough to get the FBI agent like the way she did with the taser and everything. Nor would she have ever tried to kill Light's dad. I mean, because she lost her family, and family is like something very important to her, obviously. And in the live-action Death Note, Death Note: The Last Name, when Light was putting his father's name in the notebook, she got upset about that. She's like, why would you do that to your own father? And he's just like, shut up. Which is also, Light uses people, alright? He did not love Misa at all. He pretended to when he needed to get her to do something. Then of course she would have done anything. She's, yeah, just kind of desperate. Alright. Number three, I'm sorry. Ryuk is hardly in the movie. I'm gonna put this up here. Ryuk is hardly in the movie. So, he is in the beginning, yes, and he's there like a couple of times throughout. Whereas in the anime and the Death Note, he's like always there. Being a demented little, being an awesome demented Shinigami. And he always eats the entire apple. He eats the core, he eats everything. He doesn't just... or whatever it is that he was doing. Also, his eyes look like little Christmas lights. That kind of bothered me. I don't know why. There is no ideal. There was no Shinigami ideal. So... that just kind of like threw out an entire portion of the story. Or not a big portion, but still. Let me see what else we have here. Okay, there was no sex in the anime or the other live action movies, and this one, there was a lot of swearing, a lot of, there was a sex scene, and there was quite a bit of, sexual innuendo or whatever. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. I know what I'm saying, but, okay. L does not show emotion, okay? The L, I mean, he's my favorite character personally. I love L. He's so awesome. He does not show any emotion. I mean, like, in the anime, he might be going like, damn you, kid. Or he might show a little frustration, or a bit of depression while eating cake. But he does not get angry. He does not get, no. He is not, he doesn't flip out, he doesn't start, on the verge of tears. He also does not grab a gun and go chasing after Light through the streets. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's true, but I'm guessing L does not know how to drive. I mean, he knows how to fly a helicopter, but I don't know if he knows how to drive. Now, Watari is an old man. He's not even... well, in the live-action Japanese version he was, but that's because it was made in Japan. He is an older English man who founded orphanages all across the world. In this, he's just kind of he looks like he could be in like he could be a sensei in a dojo. So with the tattoos and the hairdo and the so it kind of like put me, because I always like Watari. He's like a kindly old grandfather, old man, and I hate that he died. In this one, I was just kind of like, okay. Secondly, there is no way to stop a death in the Death Note. You can't erase it, you can't burn it. They just kind of added that little tidbit in to suit the story down the road. Personally, I didn't really like that. It wasn't a big deal, but I was just kind of like, eh. Another thing, this was a giant part of the anime and the movie wasn't as long as the anime, but it was also a big part of that. There was no loss of memory, like from giving up the Death Note. There was no portion where Light and Mia were confined for 50 days. Okay, and so that took out quite a bit of the story of the movie. And there was also no task force. There was like no Matsuda, no Aizawa, Ukita, Mogi, whatever. That was just left out. Alright, now there was Light's dad, obviously, but even he wasn't in it that much as he should have been. This entire movie, how do I say this without using swear words? It was a load of bull. BS amendment. Sorry. Alright. Next. I already got that. L would never show his face in public. Never. No press conference, no nothing. He always used a computer and a masked voice for whenever he was talking to anybody. So, like I said, he was also not meant to be athletic. He would also never just go out into public, into a restaurant, like, and find Light and just say, "Oh, hey, Light, can I talk to you? I think you're Kira." Take it off. Take off the mask. Or whatever he was wearing. So the part with L, the fact that they changed him so dramatically, that really made me mad, because like I said before, L is my favorite character, so this just whatever. Now, Light was an emotionless bastard who only wanted to be a god. He would use anyone he had to get his way. In this, he was like, "Oh, no, we can't kill the FBI agents. They're good guys," or whatever, making Mia kill them. Excuse me. But, because in the other one, he's the one who figured out that, well, he did figure out he was being followed, but also that, I lost my train of thought here. Sorry. He also came up with the idea to get the name of his stalker, and there was no bus scene with Ryuk. How the guy flipped out and saw him. That was one of my favorite scenes, and it was not there. So that was disappointing. They skipped like 85% of the whole story. Like, they skipped Nier and Mero and Mikami, Takada. They skipped a whole bunch of shit. Ooh. I don't care. As long as my parents don't see. But whatever. They skipped so much, and I as I'm watching this, I'm like, where is this? Where is this? Where is this guy and this person? And it just frustrated me to no end. The characters were doing things that they were not supposed to be doing. Characters were being like things that characters were not supposed to be like. It just... Okay, and I think I've already covered this, but just in case, Light used Misa and everyone. He did not feel love or any other emotion except frustration, anger, and... Well, there was that little bit of happiness when he got his way, but that... Light did not give himself the name Kira. Alright, that was given to him by people that were, like, supporting him. They made him his own little website or whatever. They left out Rem. They left out Misa's, little, Shinigami buddy. Which is unfortunate because it was kind of, I liked the part where he's like, "If you kill her, I'll kill you." And the look on his face, just like... that was a disappointment. There was no nudity in the anime. I mean, like, there was, like, Misa. She, towards the end of the series, she would dress in interesting outfits, but there was no nudity. L never ever went to a crime scene in person. He would always, like, watch it on the news, or I think maybe Watari would go. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think they ever explained that, but he never went to a crime scene in person. Never. He never showed his face. He stayed behind the computer, as always. L is an insomniac and he doesn't sleep. Now in this movie, he would sleep for a few hours or whatever, and, you know, Watari, sleep is key to, I don't even remember, I've only seen the movie once or twice. And he did not sleep. So, I mean, that's why he had the dark circles under his eyes. Even he still looked pretty freaking good, even with the dark circles under his eyes. And the way, I thought the way he sat was adorable. But that's just me. Now, Watari was meant to die of a heart attack, along with most of the criminals. And I think a heart attack would have been a lot nicer than being shot in the face or wherever he was shot. And the criminals, there was always a specific way that they died, like jumping off a building or getting hit by a truck after going like this. Things like that. Or decapitation. Most of them died from a heart attack. Alright, in prison cells. Now, it was pretty late at night when I watched this movie, but I have a very good memory, and I'm pretty sure I didn't hear many things about a heart attack. Except for with the FBI director guy. Also, L masked his voice and spoke through a computer 95% of the time. Actually, more than that. He did not, in this movie, he did not mask his voice at all. He just, oh, Mr. Turner, or whatever. He just didn't do it. And that kind of upset me a little bit. A lot of the things in this movie upset me, if you couldn't tell. Now, L stayed in hotels, and he was not a slob. And he always sat in his chair in the same position. Now this L, you would find him lying on a couch or, you know, sitting cross-legged on the floor. L did not do that. Well, he did fall to the floor one time, but that's completely another thing. Now, he was in this one place, it looked like a warehouse. L moved from hotel to hotel until they had that, like, headquarters built. L was also more respectful and called people by their last name. For example, Yagami-san or Aizawa-san, Mogi-san. In this, he just said, James. James is Light's father, James Turner. So, you know, it kind of took away from L's character. I have a lot of things about L on here. L always wore jeans and a white t-shirt. In the live-action movie, Matsuyama Kenichi looked great on him. L used a stand-in to trick Light on the TV. He would never appear on TV on his own. I think I've gone through this before, but he would never do that. So, but in this one, he came right out and said, he's a person like you or me. Kira, I will find you. He used Lind L. Taylor in the other one before he came on and said, I can't believe it, you don't even have to be there to kill someone. Next. There were no Apple withdrawals! Those were so much fun! Okay. Ryuk was on no one's side. He was only around for the entertainment. He did not participate in anything. You know how he's kind of taken down the Ferris wheel towards the end there? He would never do that in the anime or in the manga. He never did that. Alright, Light's father would never share info from the case without L's permission. Now, he did this on several occasions throughout the movie, which I found really weird, seeing as how in the anime and the manga, he was very specific about not sharing information with anybody. Not even the director, or deputy director chief of the high up guy, I don't know what it is in Japan, the head of the police. Alright, Light also had no problem killing people who tried to find him, meaning the FBI agents, L. Now, he did indeed try to kill L, but he would have also tried to kill Watari, and he didn't want Watari to be killed. He wanted to burn the page, but of course, Mia took that and then wrote his name in the Death Note, which Misa would never do. Ever. That was just like, to me. Alright. I think I've gone over this. The FBI agents did not jump off a building and have their heads just explode. Okay, Misa was a model, alright? She was a very cute model, very happy girl, and she lost her family, and like I said, would never try to kill Light's father, never. And she wore these, well, my style of clothing, like little gothic outfits. Towards the end, she would wear like normal shirts and jeans and then those interesting outfits. But she never, ever, she didn't smoke and she wasn't a cheerleader. Although I think she could have been, but that's just me. Now, this one is just me. I personally have to say it because I just want to. Elle had gorgeous hair. Just... And last but not least, there was no bus in the TV station like with when Yagami just drove right in there. That was one of my favorite scenes. He just goes right. That's one way to enter a TV station. I probably would have done the same thing. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I liked that scene, and there was no bus scene, which was very disappointing. So all in all, that movie. Now, anybody who knows me personally knows I absolutely despise Twilight. Like, worst movie in the world. This is like right up there with Twilight. No joke. So, again, if you plan on watching this movie, I strongly encourage you not to, but if you do, I hope you don't find it as disappointing as me. Well, that's it. I hated the movie, and I think that explains why.